In a quiet laboratory, scientists hold a piece of wood that looks like glass. It bends light instead of blocking it, creating an instant sense of disbelief. This is transparent wood, and it challenges everything we thought we knew about nature. For centuries, wood meant warmth, strength, and opacity. Now, it may also mean windows, solar panels, and futuristic buildings. But the real shock is not what it looks like. The real shock is what it can do. Stronger than glass, lighter than steel, and grown from trees. It sounds impossible, yet laboratories around the world are racing to perfect it. Because whoever masters this material could reshape entire industries. The story of transparent wood begins with a simple question. What if nature's oldest construction material could become the most advanced? The answer required breaking wood down to its invisible skeleton, and then rebuilding it in a way nature never intended. That is where the real revolution begins. Modern cities depend heavily on glass and steel. These materials define our idea of progress. But progress often hides its own weaknesses. Glass can shatter without warning. Steel demands enormous energy to produce. And both materials contribute heavily to global emissions. Architects have long searched for a cleaner alternative. Something strong, sustainable, and visually stunning. Transparent would appear like an answer from the future. Yet, its journey from forest to laboratory was far from simple. Scientists needed to rethink wood at a molecular level. They began by removing lignin, the substance that gives wood its color. What remained was a ghost-like white framework, a structure both delicate and surprisingly strong. This fragile stage was only the beginning of its transformation. The next step involved filling the empty structure with polymer resin. This process allowed light to pass through without scattering. Suddenly, the material began to glow from within. Engineers tested its strength with increasing curiosity. The results were unexpected and impressive. It resisted impact better than conventional glass. It also provided natural insulation against heat. This meant buildings could consume less energy. Even more surprising was its flexibility. Designers suddenly imagined shapes impossible with glass. The material could also be made from fast-growing trees. That opened the door to scalable production. Suddenly, the dream started to feel realistic. But real-world adoption requires more than laboratory success. It requires proof at the scale of cities. One of the first uses could be energy-efficient windows. These windows would diffuse sunlight like a natural filter. Offices could become brighter without increasing heat. Solar panels might also benefit from this innovation. The material allows light through while protecting fragile electronics. Engineers even imagine using it in vehicles. Lighter materials could mean longer driving ranges. Interior designers see opportunities for glowing furniture. Even consumer electronics might adopt the material. Each application expands the imagination further. The material begins to feel less like wood and more like magic. Yet its roots remain deeply natural. That contrast may be its greatest strength. A bridge between past craftsmanship and future engineering. But every innovation carries hidden challenges. Transparent wood is still expensive to produce. Manufacturing methods must become faster and cheaper. Long-term durability remains under investigation. Exposure to moisture and UV radiation could affect performance. Fire resistance is another critical question. Researchers are developing coatings to enhance safety. Scaling production without harming forests is also essential. The promise of sustainability must remain genuine. Otherwise, the innovation could lose public trust. Every technological leap walks a fragile line between hope and unintended consequences. Transparent wood is no exception. Yet its potential continues to inspire bold visions. Visions that could reshape how humanity builds and how we connect with the natural world. Imagine cities glowing softly instead of glaring brightly. Imagine buildings that feel alive because they come from trees. Imagine reducing emissions while expanding urban growth. Transparent wood hints at a new design philosophy, one where sustainability becomes visually beautiful. The material also reminds us that innovation often hides in plain sight. Sometimes the future is not invented but rediscovered. Transparent wood is still evolving. New formulas and treatments appear every year. Some experts predict commercial buildings within a decade. Others believe homes could be the first real breakthrough. The uncertainty only adds to the fascination, because materials shape civilizations more than we realize. And this strange piece of see-through wood might shape the next one. The question is no longer if transparent wood will change the world, but how soon.